いしょ。ではまずいつも通り音の実行どうかな。問題なさそうですね。明るさを少し明るめにしようかな。よっ。そりゃノーマルでしょ。バイオショック2。
Look, Daddy, it's you. Let's go out to play, Daddy. More angels, Daddy. This way.
Come with us, little girl.
You want some, big guy? Bigger than hard! Harder than hard! Get out of here, freak!
There we are. He's perfectly safe now. This is not your daughter. Do you understand? Her name is Eleanor, and she is mine. Now, kneel, please. Remove your helmet. Now, take the pistol. Place it against your head. Fire.
10年後。
Hello, can you hear
assure me you're serious with me.
Lesson 1, Mop Jockeys. You are under the ocean now. If you feel the soft patter...
ちょっと待って。オーディオ。オフ。オン。
Rain on your hat? You're already fired. Lesson 2. You can jumpstart a dead generator with a direct spark, but clear the guests out of the pool first. Scares these rich pricks to watch a working stiff hurling thunderbolts. You follow me?
ちょっと待って。字幕アート字幕
I need this. Do you hear me?
So I might have delayed the end a bit longer. Oh well. Sacrifice we all must sacrifice!
My daddy's smarter than Einstein. Stronger than Hercules. And like a fire with a snap of his finger. Aren't you as good as my daddy, mister? Not if you don't visit the gatherer's garden, you aren't. Smart daddy's just like
こいつらが持ってた銃ないな。
for such a long time, and Eleanor has missed you. Find her and you'll be all better. Daddy!
絡まれちゃった。中毒にしているので、プレイスは依然としてピストルシュとマシンガンの銃で捕まるべきしている。
I heard the altar saying, "True and righteous are your judgments, O Lord."
I know you. Didn't they? At last, a signal. You, who are bringing this dead city to life, listen. My name, it is Tannenbaum. I know who you are, and I am in much need of your help. Please, find me in the Atlantic Express train station. To my daughter, Eleanor, soon you will be born, and Rapture will be your home. You shall be raised as I was, to advance the common good through social psychiatry. This city's potential is immeasurable, Eleanor, yet our beliefs are unwelcome here. Life will be difficult, but the price of revolution is always dear. If we are patient with her, Rapture will come to us.
I do hope in eternity there will be time.
前回よりも電撃が
I haven't had a taste of Adam in weeks.
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb with a message for the people. Remember,
You are not alone. Think of me not as leader, but as mother to the Rapture. I am back in Rapture after so many years. The little ones I rescued are grown up, and think of me no more. After what I once did to them, it was a joy to be forgotten. But now, all around the world, children vanish by the sea, kidnapped. And so I return, in fear of what I already know. Someone is making new little ones, continuing my work, my sins. Even if I am to die for it, I must stop them.
My dear.
Shall be no more!
You're worth nothing!
Barely made it down alive. But here it is. And it's real. Rapture. This is where that thing took my poor baby girl. From what I saw in the sub, most of the city's in ruins. But there were lights here and there. And shapes moving. I'm rambling, scared, I guess. But maybe, if I find this Dr. Lamb I keep hearing over the PA, I'll find Cindy too.
ドクターラムってのが黒だな。
Think about jeans. What was that? Put Doc Sam! Ah!
Big sister doesn't want you playing with me.
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb with a message message for the people. Remember, Big Sister is always watching. To steal Adam is to steal from the Rapture family. Your family.
今回は接近武器ですら有権だ。
Diane insisted that we spend a weekend at the Adonis. And already I find myself seeking a respite from my vacation. And she deems it necessary to chide me for working. The words dissolve into an endless animal bleat. I founded Rapture to be free of law and God, to live among those for whom work is our wage. Yet, when Diane speaks of bearing my child, I am given pause. Till now I had never considered my legacy. Perhaps after the new year.
やべえな。当たることを仕込む。
In that suit, even the ocean cannot harm you. This is good. But Rapture is the death of many great men. Alone, you will not last long. You can still reach the train station. Find me there.
影さんこんにちは。やっと2来ました。
Ah, Herr Delta. You arrive, as the little one said you would. Come upstairs to the ticket booth, and I will offer what I know of you.
I'll take 3 this time. You understand that? 3.
Now most who survive are like this. Splicers. They're drug addicts. Vicious animals.
さすがに2は丁寧だね。ハッキングツールを手に入れた機械を狙って R2 で自分のコントロールしたのことに制御パネル。なんか日本語訳がないんです。オプションちょっと調べたんですけど、ないんで、吹き替えはなくて、普通に字幕しかないですね。発メーターを緑のゾーンで止める必要がある。白色のゾーンだという電気ショックからことがある。なるほどね。一応まあ放送の関係上読むところは立ち止まって一回読みながらになりますけど、
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb. Andrew Ryan is dead, but the tyrant dwells within us all. Remember, we reject the gene. We reject the self. We reject the tyrant.
比較的リムペットゴンがすごい弾もリサイクルできるし、たくさん拾えるからガンガン使ってていい感じです。
I'm told that the people grow tense and isolated in the absence of the sun. Now they clamor for a psychiatrist. Do they miss the state censor, I wonder? Wartime seizure of private assets? Or the Cheka police vanishing them in the night? Regardless,
ドクターラムっていうのが完全になんか黒幕感がすごいですけど。
If she can quiet the rattling of the great chain's weakest links, I will leave her to it.
精神科医ドクターラム。でもこうやってちゃんと和訳が出てくれるのすごくありがたい。意外と看板とかが出るんで、何書いてんだろうってある。
I know you. That symbol on your hand marks you a dead man. 10 years, Subject Delta, since I watched you put a gun to your head and pull the trigger. But take heart. Out of your pain, power is born. I don't know how you survived, but your suffering is over now. These men will ease your burden. Please understand that like all I have done, this is an act of love.
It is Sophia Lamb. She has found you.
何まあもし音等消えたらお知らせください。どうやらドクターラムがあの幻覚じゃなかったんだね。私たちプロトタイプなんだ。
Now you know of the enemy we share, Sophia Lamb. The camera in your helmet allows me to watch through your eyes and help you to fight her.
Okay. Rally 本の置き方よ。いや、本は絶対ここは置かんでしょう。ボイスレコーダー進化をする。あなたこっち側までついてきてくれるの優秀ね。
Careful, security cameras belong to Lamb. But if you are clever, they can be made to serve you.
Someone there?
今回ハッキングが楽で、前回のパズルみたいな感じで
What a mess.
Cut it out already! You can't ignore.
そうですね、ちょっと日本語吹き替えじゃないからとっさのことは分かんないですね。遺伝子組み換え型シリーズ。ただ逆に正直前回のなんかいらん情報が多少あったりするのがなくなってるんで、僕的にはちょっとありがたいっちゃありがたいですね。必要最低限の情報だけは分かる。どうせ正気を失っている人たちです。何を言ってるか分からないので気にしたら負けです。これがセキュリティ解除パネル。その辺をマップが見やすくなっている。それが続編。
Father, it's me, Eleanor. I know you're awake in there. I can feel it. Mother won't be able to toy with you like that ever again. This plasmid is for you. If I'm right, you can use it now. Please, find me.
あ、ムーさんおはよう。おる。
Objects at foes. You can even catch grenades and throw them back.
これはね、ゾンビ系じゃないんだよね。なんて言うんだろう。細胞を変化させて特殊能力を得る薬を使いすぎて、なんか気が狂った人たちのいる街に今いるみたいな感じかな。で、今はビッグダディってロボットみたいな感じになっちゃってるんだけど、ロボットだけで特殊な戦闘服に身を包んだ人たちなんだけど、
If anybody gets lippy, he's got the bomb.
Nuts. You saved a whole kindergarten full of cutesy little
Where'd you go?
End of story.
Why not?
いいね。役所だ。5つもね、ストップは前作より4つ目。
There would be no rapture without me. No city without the Atlantic Express. Ryan took his first grand tour on my flagship coach. But these days, personal bathyspheres are all the
シン
rage.
クは違います。
My rails only connect the oldest parts of Rapture now. And the city's just left me behind. Plenty of cash in the bank, though. This private vehicle craze will blow over soon.
一応冒頭ビッグダディとして登場してリトルシスターが襲われそうになったところを助けに入ったっけ、このドクター・ラムっていうのに自 自害するように銃を渡されてる。まあ死んで10年後なぜか復活したっていう、そしてよくわからない状況になってきて、そのドクター・ラムが何やらやってると。前回逃がしたリトルシスターたちは大丈夫だけど、その後なんか子供が世界から誘拐されて、それを調査しになんだっけ、味方の女の人がここに調査しに来たと。だからな。
These people are hooked on some kind of genetic wonder drug called Adam. I've read the word splicer scribbled on walls like a warning. One of them cornered me and Christ, his face. I had a gun, but I choked. And then out of nowhere, we both heard this singing. He took off like hell on wheels. It sounded like a kid. A little girl. Cindy's alive. I know it in my gut.
Sophia Lamb is using the splicers against you. Most big daddies are like her slaves, guarding the little ones. But someone has awakened you.
I know of your bond with Eleanor Delta. To save yourself, you will come for her. But Eleanor has a destiny, one you cannot share. There is no place for you in paradise.
Welcome to the Circus of Value!
キングダウン9発も出ると。
In ethical psychiatry, we must account for the role of evolution. Depression, fits of panic, sexual pathos, all responses to ancient selection pressure. The irony is that this theory is why Ryan's people invited me here. They mistake my study of natural law for the worship of competition. Remember, Eleanor, one must know the beast before it can be slain.
elevator. Now, here is what the children tell me. You are a very old Big Daddy, bonded for life to a single little one. When you are apart for too long, your body begins to shut down like a coma. As long as the girl is in rapture, you are trapped here as well. The name of your little one is Eleanor Lamb, daughter of Sophia. She is kept at Fontaine Futuristics on the other side of the city. You must go there and save her before it is too late.
難役を手に入れた。切り替わる特殊な役はさまざまな副次作業効果があると。多分多分行った多分ちょっと見に来ただけだったのがこれがトラップなんだね。あ、取れるのね。暗躍にできる。いいね。
Dr. Su Chong's death was a nasty blow to the protector program, but I'm gradually settling into his role, picking up the slack that his carelessness left behind. We are gaining steam again. But I'm not satisfied. Yes, the Big Daddy defends the girl, but he is programmed only for the fight. Like a sheepdog who wanders off unless a wolf is tearing at his flock. When no aggressor is present, he regards his little sister as he might a common houseplant. We need something more, something stronger, an unbreakable physiological bond.
つまり私が作られた。なんかいいですよね。このパシャンと外してやる。ちょっと殴れるっていう。何よりもこのテレキネシスとかそういった類の型を使うのだいぶ消耗が少なくなるから結構いいですよ。
Welcome to the circus of value. No refund, no return.
Theodore! Dare you, actress. A fan? No.
You see? This is why I must fight Sophia Lamb. She is using the new little ones for something. And I have returned to rescue them. If I do not, more children will die for my sins. And the rapture nightmare will repeat forever. Now, we must talk.
Citizens of Rapture, this is Subject Delta. Behind that mask hides an enemy of the people, without soul or sympathy. It is a beast apart, and as family, we must tear out its jaw and drive it back into the sea.
Lamb will take this place apart to find you. Please hold back the splicers until we escape. Thank you. Now I must leave you, and I am sorry for this. But there are others I must help before the city drowns. This man Sinclair, he is an ally, and will guide you to Eleanor. Goodbye, Herr Delta. And good luck.
Well, look at you. A bona fide knight in armor, complete with iron horse. The name's Augustus Sinclair, Sport, Esquire. Old Tannenbaum and I share an interest in the old Fontaine building, the very same place you'll find Eleanor Lamb. I think you and I can do business. Take the train to Ryan Amusements. I'll see you shortly.
なるほどね。標的物はいっぱい。
Welcome to the circus of value. No return.
ああ、これになればですね。
Sophia Lamb has taken Rapture and is responsible for stealing children from the surface. Her splicers destroyed my submersible and forced me to run. But the ticket booth here is secure, and though I cannot trust him, Sinclair is a valuable ally. I have already rescued a few of the new little ones from Lamb. They all want to know how we will get home. I wish I had the right words for them.
Whoa there. Now better apply the brakes unless you're aiming to dash yourself against that glacier up ahead.
ロード中妙にテンション高いからな。一応ホラーなんだけどな。
As you can see, Chief, the station here's iced over. To reach Eleanor Lamb at Fontaine headquarters, we'll have to clear the way. Now, in order to melt that ice, you'll need a plasmid, like a handful of hellfire. We used to sell a fine old product called Incinerate in the amusement park up yonder. Go on and find a way in. I've already been on all the rides.
そうですね、最初のあの雰囲気はすごいホラーだったんだけど、途中なんか軽快な BGM で挟んでくるからだいぶ緩和されてる。金があった。
Eleanor is progressing brilliantly. My physical participation in her birth was minimized, of course. It is vital that I am unhindered by nature's crude bias. I will be, above all, her intellectual progenitor. loyal not to her, but to the people she will ultimately
娘って
save.
言っても DNA 的に娘ってだけど、なんかそういうタイプ
It
なんで
is
すか？
with some measure of pride that I review her marks in standard intelligence tests. As an agent of our beliefs, she may surpass even me.
Welcome to the Circus of Value!
Clown! Fucking clown! You did... Open up now! Take that!
ビッグダディ戦は今んとこないです。ビッグダディと顔を合わせても襲われないんで。ただなんかやたらと細いビッグダディみたいなやつと交戦しましたね。あれが一体何なのか、なんかすごい女性のような規制を上げながら。
You're a rare old model, son. Alpha series, I believe. Now, Rapture's full of scientific wonderments just like you. And if we can sell them to the world at my price, well, curing your condition ought to be a cakewalk. Once we find Eleanor, the sky's the limit.
ちょっと転調しろか。ガトリング欲しい。あら、ちょっと待ってください。治ったかな？音も問題ないかな。大丈夫そう。なんか OBS がフリーズした。ありがとうございます。ほう。小生きるカップ。貫通力と威力が上昇する。ほう、これを2つクリアやればこれが上がると。ああ、まあ、いや、ドリルもいいけど、こっちでしょう。ガンガン死んじゃってる気がするんだけどね。あ、カイトさん、こんにちは。このガトリング欲しいんだけど、すげえ。どうやって電源突破ですね。まあまずね。
Welcome to Ryan Amusements. Insert your ticket now. Half price for children under 3.
特に目新しいものなし。甘さ消すのしかないのか。 これもしかしてそういう感じじゃない。これどうやって開けるの？明らかに取れるようになってるもんね。後から来てなんか取れる方があるのかな。
I was hired to engineer a park the likes of which no man has seen. Now all I do is watch over it like a grizzled sheepdog. My first line of mechanical puppets made the children here cool with wonder. But Ryan thought my vision was immature. Antiquated, he said. This place could have been something magical. But instead, he turned it into a school. No, a cathedral. Dedicated to himself.
本当どこにあるんだろうな。
Dirty hair. Dirty hair.
Jam dandy. That'll get you in the park. But buying Incinerate's gonna cost Adam. It's a sort of genetic goo that lets you rewrite whatever God gave you. The little sisters carry the stuff, as you may recall, so you'll need to locate one. I heard whispering near the El Dorado Lounge. Have a look.
他に何かが。
I made your numbers, you fucking machine!
お、ありがとう。やったぜ。この私がなんぼ叩いても壊せなかったのをこの人簡単に壊したね。まあ当分はどういう。
Listen up! Choppers! Get yourselves hid! No fuck-ups this time! Daddy's home! Take again! Fire! You think I was regular?
Saved you.
Just smash myself!
How you run, cretin?
Now hold on! Wait! I'm Start here! Accept his words, sinner! Go on! Thou shall not rise again, unbeliever.
やばい、LR 間違えてしまった。こっからどっからだ。警戒なんじゃないの。回復の方法も違うんですよね。とっさに丸をしても。
Whoa there! Now better apply the brakes unless you're aiming to dash yourself against that glacier up ahead.
回復できないんで、いちいち R1 押しっぱなしでの。
As you can see, Chief, the station here's iced over. To reach Eleanor Lamb at Fontaine headquarters, we'll have to clear the way. Now, in order to melt that ice, you'll need a plasmid, like a handful of hellfire. We used to sell a fine old product called Incinerate in the amusement park up yonder. Go on and find a way in. I've already been on all the rides.
これ思ったよりちょっとめんどくさいかもしれない死んだパターン。じゃあ手早くいきますか。
Cloud! Fucking cloud!
早く行くしかないね。
You're a rare old model, son. Alpha Series, I believe. Now, Rapture's full of scientific wonderments just like you. And if we can sell them to the world at my price, well, curing your condition ought to be a cakewalk. Once we find Eleanor, the sky's the limit.
今までここでリスポンできたのかな。ここでから復活されるはずだよね。
Jam dandy. That'll get you in the park. But buying Incinerate's gonna cost Adam. It's a sort of genetic goo that lets you rewrite whatever God gave you. The Little Sisters carry the stuff, as you may recall, so you'll need to locate one. I heard whispering near the El Dorado Lounge. Have a look.
Listen up! Choppers! Get yourself hid! No fuck-ups this time!
これは見ない。この画面じゃないとファストエイド使えないんですよ。
Caddy's home! Again! Fire! You one drop! One for the Lord! Just try! Go!
Salvation may far beyond your...
You brought this on yourself! Hello? We were in the middle of something! Hello?
Welcome to Ryan Amusements. Insert your ticket now. Half price for children under 3.
I am Andrew Ryan. Welcome to Ryan Amusements.
ニコティンとニコスダメージ対する高速上昇位消費量だ。
Amusements. Please enjoy the park.
マシンガン。
wakes one night while cruising the Atlantic in his steamliner, the Olympian. His sleep interrupted with a singular purpose. Here, he shouts to his wife as he wipes sleep from his eyes.
I love the kids in Miss English's third grade class, but boy, I had no idea what I was getting into. Volunteering to chaperone this New Year's sleepover party at Ryan Amusements. Donnie, get down off that exhibit, and I told you, spit out that gum! You'll choke! The kids' parents deserve a night off to enjoy New Year's, but I'm at my wit's end. Donnie, I told you!
結構焦って操作ミスって死ぬみたいな方も結構いないと思って。
Flipping through the trash for scraps that could still my...
Until you arrive, Father, I'm trapped here. Smuggling these gifts out is the most I can do to help.
肉弾戦が大好きなあなた。
In ethical psychiatry, we must account for...
Eleanor Lamb speaking. Mum says I'm not to play with the other children because they're being raised on a diet of dog eat dog. I wanted to see these dog eaters, so I waited until Mum was gone and went out to find one. And guess what? The dog eaters wear human skins. It makes them look just like us.
Busted pile of junk! You broke it, didn't you, Edna? Everything you touch turns to shit!
Mean. You're mean, Roger. It was probably your clumsy, fast hands that loused it up.
Typical broad. Stay away from things you don't know nothing about.
Back into the gutter. Go! Drop that at once. It's priceless.
Seems like everybody's on the go these days. Everybody but you. You still haven't experienced Ryan Industries' new spring line of plasmids. Isn't it about time you got caught up? Evolve today.
We lost another of the Alpha Series protectors today in testing. Somewhere outside the city limits, he simply vanished. For these men, Rapture has no walls. We must find a method of conditioning them against abandonment of the Little Sisters. Something physical, possibly even lethal. The lab aides are starting to call them Big Daddies. Perhaps there's some genius to that. Bonded pairs, connected by a love that kills.
持ってないから買えません。これません。
By them, and yet they can tell I'm their better. I know it.
Huh? Guide my hand!
The cause has no need of a lummox.
ゲーム機が強くて、はい、ありがとうございます。見ていただいて、仕事頑張ってください。
Welcome to the circus of value. Bienvenido a la Modanito.
金があった。金をどんどこにしてるんだよ。なんてやよし、これでいける。前方にリストールシスターがいる。頭を手に入れる。まずビッグダディを飛ばさなきゃいけないの。この小池を仕掛けられないので。
Now that Big Daddy won't bite until you do. But to get to Lil Sis, you gotta put the old boy down for good.
I found one of those children at last. Filthy dress, all alone. I approached her, praying that it was my little girl. But she was gorging herself on blood from a corpse. It wasn't her. I stared, just reeling. And then that skinny, armored freak that took Cindy jumped me, shrieking like an animal. I escaped, but could Cindy have become one of those things? I've got to find her, now more than ever.
I don't like it. You rescued me, Sir Bubbles.
こんな感じで間がなくってて、
Faster, Mr. B. Don't make me carry you.
Take a breath, son. You did it. Now, just let her ride on your shoulders and she'll trust you like her own daddy.
Are we gonna be together again, Daddy?
保護はなんで今回もちゃんと。
We're in business. Now, there are corpses all over Rapture, and little Dimples there can sniff out the atom on them. Find one.
No time to play, Mr. B. More Adam for Big Sister. Come on, Daddy. It's close. Oh, dilly-dally, Mr. Bubbles. Hurry.
金や金。大事な金を。
It's this way.
A hot plate was painted mostly.
Let's dance with him, Daddy. Adam, Daddy, over there.
She's got a juicy one, but when she starts draining out the atom, the splicers will come running. Be ready before you set her down on that body.
That is a child of the family, not a toy for you to exploit and discard. It is fitting that you expire here. One more forgotten curio in Ryan's shrine to the self.
Here they come. Keep the splicers off her now till she's finished, or they'll never give up the hunt.
No strangers.
Stop ignoring
Daddy, I'm ready. You're nicer than other daddies.
Now you know the stakes, son. But a plasmid costs a bit more atom yet. Keep it up.
Someone in the hole?
I still serve.
Find shelter.
お前どこにいるの？空中に浮いてる。ドリルが強いんですよね。すごかったですね。すごいところにいたよ。
See? Adam is near.
多分これガトリングでやらないと多分間に合わないな。
Told you about this one. Make him listen.
Welcome to the circus of value.
Snowy Adam, Daddy? Over there.
That child.
Let me.
なんかスピーディーで非常にやりやすいですね。多分前作のダメだったところを改良してきましたね、ちゃんと。 れが欲しい。
3 children, yes, little angels, all gone now. I wonder if they miss their mommy.
I think all of the children have finally fallen asleep. And now that the park is all quiet, I can't sleep myself. I guess it's just you and me, Mr. Voice Recorder. You, me, in 1959. I wonder what the new year will... What was that? Something's happened. The lights are going out. Kids, stay in your sleeping bags. It's gonna be fine.
そうなんですけど、基本的になんでしょう。最初の数回はすごい面白いんですけど、あれを戦闘中に高速でパパッとやってみたいな感じです。しかも5回も6回もっていう風な場面まで出てきちゃうと、やっぱり辛いゲームやる身としてはってなりますね。後半ほとんどなんかハッキングとかで
Troublesome oath from all sides.
On the surface, the farmer tills the soil, trading the strength of his arm for a hoe.
Ridiculous. And that child, you monster!
Parasites say no. What was yours is ours. We are a state. We're gone. We demanded our share.
And that's me. And here's where I found her, see? Seven eyes and 7 holes. I could teach him about girls, and then we'll get a puppy.
Oh, my home. How it's gotten this. How could I hope it was a fun...
Lying down on the job?
On the surface, the scientist invests the power of his mind in a single miraculous idea and naturally begins to rise above. An artist strives to frame his ideals in an image, to challenge his audience and make his vision immortal. But the parasites say, no, your art must serve the cause, your ideals.
That innocent lamb! On the hand, I need your guidance! cannot hide from his light. Hail! 600!
呼ばれてたかもしれないですね。ドリル燃料か。ボス戦とかか。一周してきた感じかな。行ってないって言ってる。
Why, this isn't so bad at all. Quaint, earthy.
Rapture is a paradise of the ego, Eleanor. Under Ryan, the voices of an entire city sing the virtues of greed and pride. But truth, rather, is in the body. Already they grow weary of struggling against one another in fruitless competition. Observe the bent backs, the drawn faces. Ryan promised us more, they seem to say. In what shall we now believe? And Eleanor, it is our task to answer.
I'll bring my shawl. Hand me that child! Now!
It's this way.
Sleeping, stupid piece of garbage! You don't even...
Here's the angel.
パレットからままになる。バッテリーベッドの準備完了。これからそうこれリムペットといってトラップでここを通過するとリムペットガンを発射して攻撃してくれます。これだけとりあえずすればいいかな。じゃあ頭の最初の狙いね。
I do not hate you, Delta. Indeed, I care for you in equal measure to any other sentient creature. But I cannot sacrifice 1,000 of my children for one rebellious son.
Daddy's giving you joy to party! All done, Daddy. Daddy, are you taking me home too?
All right, Chief, we've almost got enough Adam now. To get the rest, you'll have to take care of that little sister. There should be one of the air vents they favor in the workshop. Bring her down there.
ここに逃がしてあげろと思って。カレットちゃんもよくやってくれました。はあ。通行は。
Now, Tannenbaum would have you turn that sister human again. You'll get just enough Adam for our purposes, and the girls will likely try to repay you somehow. But Rapture's a high-stakes town, son, and she is a jackpot. You just have to be willing to take it all. You'll harvest more Adam than the price of one plasmid, so the rest is gravy. Think about it. Down here, it's your survival or hers.
まだ救済かどうするか。段から鍛えられてるかな。救済して再摂取するか選択できる。そんなもん決まってっしょ。
Hidey hole is near death.
レスキューでしょ。
Well, our Tin Man had a heart all along. Personally, I call that a liability, but you have enough Adam now. Barely. Head to the Hall of the Future and splice up with Incinerate.
じゃあね、
On the surface, your parents sought a private life, using their great talents to provide. They learned to twist the lies of church and government, believing themselves masters of the system. But the parasites said, no. The child has a duty. He will go to war and die for the nation.
相談スワップ。
I met with Sinclair today of Sinclair Solutions. It's this pseudo-legal firm he set up to take problems Ryan doesn't want to admit he has and make them go away. I could fill 40 front pages of the Tribune with stories about this fella if he wasn't paying me not to. And he's got work for me, right? I ask what? And he flashes me these $1,000 Steinman teeth saying this job will, quote, change history.
He speaketh through me!
Shelter.
I know this facility is vital to the preservation of secrecy and rapture, but seeing myself transformed into that lurching, waxen nightmare, to truly respond to this. Still, I spoke to a young man exiting the park after the grand opening, asking him what, if anything, he had learned here. He said his chores didn't seem so bad anymore, as long as Mother wouldn't send him to the service.
Mending my own clothes. Who'd have thought? Me, of all.
扉が開いたということで。
Who's there? What you want? Let's secure.
これだ。健康医療に早変わり。おお、これでお酒気兼ねなく飲めるね。
I've got a little dating tip for you, Jimbo. It'll get you out of that lonely hearts club for good. This scheme works 100% of the time, guaranteed. First, find some Betty and take her to Ryan Amusements. Then, you go to the gift shop, buy her a teddy bear. This is key. I ain't kidding around. Then, you buy her a ticket on Journey to the Surface. As soon as you hit that first scare, bingo! Tunnel of...
Come on, choppers! Tear this place down!
Own up to your...
Welcome to the Circus of Value!
さあ、じゃあ炎を手に入れたら今日は終了ですね。
So, you would drain the people of their life's blood. Rapture is a body, Delta. I am the voice, and Big Sister is the hand. When Rapture speaks of you...
Light up enemies to 1,000 degrees. Warning, fire spread.
It says only this. Sleep now. Your day is done.
What would impress her more than lighting the fireplace with a snap of your fingers?
Oh, a party. But this party just hit the skids. Carl needs a light for his cigar, and no one can help him.
In the garden we are growing.
アップグレード。強化速攻。
Many changes will be flowing. If you wanna see our faces, see the flowers we are raising.
はい。盛り上がってきたところで、ここで今日は終了です。